Welcome to the No Spin News, Thursday, February 13th, 2025. Stand up for your country. Robert Kennedy Jr. confirmed today by the Senate to be the head of the Health and Human Services Department. $1.7 trillion budget a year. Whoa, lots of money. So as you know, I would not have voted to confirm RFK Jr. I don't believe he's qualified to do the job. He's a conspiracy guy. But now that he's qualified, now that he's confirmed, I should say, let's give him a chance. I'm a fair man. We'll give him a chance, right? So the vote was 52-48 in the Senate. Mitch McConnell, the only dissenter, same thing with Tulsi Gabbard yesterday. Mitch doesn't like any of these people because he doesn't like Trump. But here's the big story. It's not RFK Jr., all right? It's Donald Trump, the most powerful president in modern times. Every single senator, with the exception of Mitch McConnell, is at the end of the line. Mitch doesn't care. He's not going to run for re-election. Every single Republican senator and congressperson frightened of Donald Trump. They're not going to vote against him. Because if they do, they could very well be primaried and lose their job on Capitol Hill, right? So if Trump comes out and says, hey, I don't like this guy, I'm going to run somebody else against him in a primary, not good. So therefore, you see the Republican senators, they don't like RFK Jr. I don't think there's one Republican senator who likes the man. He's a very far left guy. He's a conspiracy guy. If you look at his personal resume, it's dubious. Why would you vote for him? There are thousands of people more qualified to run a giant department like that. But again, it's over. He's the man. I want two things. I want Bobby Kennedy to do two things. Number one, emphasize that bad food is killing Americans, particularly sugar. Pound it, pound it, pound it, just like tobacco. And number two, let's get those Medicare and Medicaid prices down on drugs. Negotiate. Trump's good at that. But he's got to use RFK Jr. to do it, to be the front man. Got to get these drug prices under control. That is so important for the future of this country. Okay. So that's my RFK Jr. assessment. If you disagree or you want to kick it around, bill@BillO'Reilly.com, bill@BillO'Reilly.com. Talking points memo, Trump and Putin. So yesterday we learned that bad Vlad, and he is bad. He is in my upcoming book, Confronting the Evil. And Vlad is on the cover of the book, along with Hitler, Mao, and the Ayatollah Khomeini. Now, they're not the worst people in that order, but they're in the book. All right, Putin's bad. And where do you see what we've uncovered about him? Anyway, Trump has a working relationship with Putin. And that's smart. I couldn't do it. I couldn't be in the same room with this killer. I just couldn't. But Trump can. And that's to his credit. Because he's the president, to do what's best for America. What's best for America is the Ukraine war to stop. Now remember, Joe Biden, Putin wouldn't even talk to him. And Putin, is like, who is this guy? I'm not even going to deal with him. And so the Ukrainian war raged out of control, and the United States is kicking $100 million and more over there to support the Ukrainians, as we should. Can't let Putin run wild, but it's got to stop. Okay, so Putin's got to get out of this. This is, according to the New York Times, take it for what it's worth. 150,000 Russian soldiers are dead. I don't know whether that's true or not. 500,000 wounded. I think that's a bit high, but I don't know. So Putin's getting pounded over there as far as casualties are concerned. According to every measure, the Russian economy is going south. It's got to get out. Now, Hegseth is over in Europe, and Hegseth says, we're not going to do the NATO thing with Ukraine. That was a signal to Putin. That was the signal that Putin was waiting for. Okay, Ukraine NATO, not happening. That gives Putin a way out. He saves face. And now the negotiation begins. Now, I predicted this way, way back, all right, that this was going to happen. May 6, 2024, go. Trump will govern the same way he governed the first time around. He'll make deal after deal after deal. I believe that Trump would get Putin to the table on Ukraine. Okay, I believe that. I could be wrong, but based upon his relationship with Putin, I think that would happen. Biden's never going to happen under Biden. 100% correct. Again, that was last May. Not hard to figure it out. I know President Trump pretty well, and I know his relationship with Putin. That wasn't a hard prediction to make. So last night I was on News Nation with Chris Cuomo, and I do that every Wednesday. I do Leland did it every Monday, and I hope you tune in to watch it. They're very, I think, worthwhile. So Cuomo is worried about this, and he's worried about Zelensky, the president of Ukraine. Go.
You know, I mean, supposedly they're going to ask Zelensky to give up land. Why doesn't he have a say? He was invaded.
Because he has no power. That's why. It's not the way the game is played. Zelensky has no power whatsoever. It has to do what the United States tells him to do. Europe wants a ceasefire, and Zelensky can't stand by himself. So he'll do what the compromise is. Now, I don't know what the compromise is going to be. I do know no NATO for Ukraine. That's for sure. But on the land, it's probably, we'll give you this, and then we'll have a vote, and you know how that goes down.
But why give Putin that kind of deference?
Because they want the war to stop, and Trump doesn't want to spend hundreds of billions of dollars defending Ukraine. That's why. Now, President Trump says he will continue to fund Ukraine, and he has to do that because he's got to negotiate with Putin. And he's going to look at Putin. It's not going to be a cupcake negotiation. He said, look, if you don't knock it off, Vlad, we're going to up our aid to Ukraine, and we're going to strangle you. That's what Trump's got, okay? And he'll do it. 175 billion is the number right now that I have of U.S. tax dollars going to Ukraine. That's a lot of money. And as far as Zelensky is concerned, he has no power whatsoever, none. He can't continue the war without NATO and the United States. And the United States and NATO want it to stop. So Putin will gain a little bit of territory, but nothing that significant, in my opinion. Okay. But Trump has another thing on his agenda because it has to be a rebuild. So billions of dollars are going to have to go to Ukraine to rebuild it. Roll the tape.
Europe is getting security. You know that, right? They're giving their money in the form of a loan. Nobody knows that. And why are we at 350 billion and Europe, which doesn't separate with an ocean like we do, we have a little thing called an ocean in between. Why is it that Europe is paying 200 billion less than us to help Ukraine?
So there you go. There's a negotiation all around. My prediction is that within a month, there'll be a ceasefire, maybe even sooner. And that's a memo. Attorney General Pam Bondi is suing New York State. She sued Illinois last week. I predicted this as well. Yeah, I'm a little full of myself. Not really. These predictions aren't that hard. So I told you that once the Trump administration got in, that they're going to go after the sanctuary cities and states. And they are. It's exactly what's happening. And I'd do the same thing. So would you. You can't have states, individual states going, we're not going to obey the federal law. We're not cooperating with migrant deportations. We don't think we're going to do that. Okay. Not doing it, no money. And that's what Bondi is doing. All right, so last year, New York State received about $13 billion with a B dollars from the federal government in the form of grants. I don't have the breakdown about Department of Justice grants because that's what Bondi is in charge of, but it's a lot. And it goes to police cars and infrastructure and all of that. Well, Bondi says, we're not going to give you any more money until you cooperate with ICE and Homeland Security in our investigations of criminal aliens and the whole situation. We're not giving you, you're not getting any more money. Pausing it. Okay. And in addition, we're suing you because New York State passed a law that is in violation of federal law. And that law is, if you want a driver's license in New York State and you're not a citizen, you can get one. Okay? So you can do the same thing in California and other states, but Bondi's zeroing in on New York. So, you got to revoke that law. So she's suing Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, Governor Hochul, and the Attorney General, Letitia James. They're hauled in a lawsuit. Now, believe me, New York State doesn't want this at all. Same thing's going on in Illinois, a little bit different. Bondi's suing Illinois because Chicago flat out says we're not going to cooperate with ICE on any level. So Bondi goes, okay, no money. And we're suing Pritzker, the governor, and the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson. Next is Newsom. Hey, Gavin, coming for you. You're next. You got to do it. You can't have this kind of defying by the individual states, so you don't have a federal government anymore. Remember, federal government trumps, pardon the pun, state law. The federal law trumps state. Now, you can bring in marijuana, you can bring in everything else. Federal government chooses not to enforce the marijuana laws. Chooses to do, because it can't, really. And so states pass, we have legalized marijuana, even though it's federal level, not legal. You see what happens there. But on immigration, Pam Bondi, I knew Pam was going to do this. If your business generates $1 to $10 million annually but struggles with rising costs and other challenges, Financial Yield Solutions, Inc., or FYSI for short, has tailored solutions for you. From tax planning to scaling operations and more, FYSI helps businesses thrive. Considering selling? FYSI guides winning exit strategies. Look, AI tech raised $500 billion under the Trump administration so far. Businesses can't afford to be left behind. FYSI can help you explore AI integrations to excel in today's rapidly evolving landscape. With more than 14 years of experience, FYSI specializes in solving the challenges business owners face. Business owners can book a free business review today to transform your operations, boost profits, secure financial futures for you. Visit FYSI.com/Bill, or you can call. All right, YouTube, we're going to do Putin tonight. How bad he is, how rotten he is. That SOB Putin. YouTube.com/Bill O'Reilly. It's free. I'd like you to sign up. And our goal is to get 1 million subs by Easter. I think we'll hit it, but we could use your help on that. All right. Let's go to the mail. We got James Knickerbocker, Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Hey, Bill, if a president can revoke an executive order, what's the point of signing them anyway? Because you get 4 years to do what you want. And then if the next president comes in and he's the opposing party, could overturn, but maybe not. You see what goes. Okay. James, concierge member. Now, this is important. If you sign up for concierge membership on BillO'Reilly.com and you get into trouble, my team will help you. Just today, and this was an amazing thing that my producer did. We got a refund for a guy through the IRS. I didn't think it was possible, but we got it. Boom. And it was pretty big. So that's what, can't do it all the time. We don't have a magic wand, but you ought to check out concierge membership on BillO'Reilly.com. Anyway, James says, yesterday, Senator Schumer announced, we know there has always been fraud and abuse, but there is a correct way to address it. Well, Chuck, what have you done about it for the past so-and-so years? Right, that's an excellent question. Chuck's done nothing about it because he doesn't care about it, just like President Biden didn't care about it. Wayne, concierge member. Thank you, Wayne. Normally, Bill, I would agree that vengeance is beneath a president. However, Donald Trump has been so maligned and abused by both the media and the legal system that if he does not take vengeance and hold these people to account, then this will become a way of life in America. What an excellent point you're making, Wayne. So it's retribution, but you're making a very strong point. If Trump just let it go, they'd do it again. Now, a lot of these people are going to pay a price. I'm with them. I don't want the petty stuff. I wouldn't have thrown out the AP reporter because the AP won't say Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America, small ball. But big things, I'm with Trump. Michael Pelt, Jacksonville, Florida. For decades, we've been told that federal employees cannot be easily fired due to existing civil service laws. Now it appears President Trump can fire employees at will. No, he can't. It's got to go through the process. So they're offering buyouts. And about 65,000 federal employees want the buyouts. They're not just saying, hey, get out. There's a process. Okay, and we got to downsize it. Mike Tobey, Columbia Falls, Montana. Bill, if Congress passes a law that funds an agency and it's discovered those funds are being used fraudulently, doesn't Congress have a duty to pull those funds back? They're already gone. They can cut the funding for the next budget year. But again, Congress doesn't really care about this, does it? Now, with Doge, hopefully that's changed. Neil Horowitz, Long Beach, New York, out on Long Island. Why haven't Biden and Mayorkas been charged with treason by the Trump Department of Justice for violating our Constitution and immigration laws? Because they have immunity. Every elected official has immunity from their decision making, even if it's faulty. Right? So you can't charge them. That's why. And treason is like the Rosenbergs. You can't say, oh, they didn't obey federal law. That's treason. Not even, they get thrown out in a minute. But you got to remember, if you elect someone, or we the people elect someone, you can't hold them in a court for decision making. And even if that means they didn't uphold the law, they violated their oath. You can impeach them. You can do that. And you can't charge them in criminal court. All right. So we want you to join the Not Woke revolution. Now it's a revolution. Not woke, across the country. And the hats are in. Can I see myself in the hat, please? Yay! There it is. Macho, right? Let's go, village people. Macho, macho, man. And it looks good on the ladies, too. So, Not Woke revolution. And then we got the polos, got the tees, got the mugs, got the bumper stickers. All tie into the Not Woke revolution. Now, when you get your stuff on BillO'Reilly.com and someone comes up and starts a conversation and you make new friends, I want to hear about it. Because you will. Wherever you are, you're going to make new friends. And have some laughs. That's why we're doing it. We're doing it not malevolently, not mean-spirited. We're doing this Not Woke revolution. Word of the day, do not be vexatious. New word, vexatious. Vexatious. Do not be vexatious. When writing to me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com. Name and town if you wish to opine. All right, final thought is about Pope Francis against the founding fathers of the United States. I have uncovered this. It is unbelievable. Back in a moment. President Trump's victory is a win for America. That's what most voters think. But Bidenomics has left us with a failing economy. I rely on American Hartford Gold to protect my savings with physical gold and silver, and you should consider that. American Hartford Gold has thousands of five-star ratings and an A+ from the Better Business Bureau. A tax-advantaged gold IRA can shield you from worsening inflation. You can even roll over your 401k or IRA tax-free and penalty-free. So act now before it's too late. Call or text American Hartford Gold. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you for up to $15,000 of free silver on qualifying orders. Call 866-501-5201 or text Bill to 65532. That's 866-501-5201 or text Bill to 65532. Many of us are trying to get our finances in order to start the new year right. And that's great news for homeowners. Interest rates have dropped and are now in the fives. So if you've been burned with high interest rate credit card debt, it's time to break free. American Financing can help you access the cash in your home to pay off your high interest debt. Last year, their salary-based mortgage consultants helped customers save an average of $800 a month. That's like giving yourself a $10,000 raise. What a way to start the new year. And if you begin today, you may be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. So please call American Financing today, 800-906-2440. That's 800-906-2440. AmericanFinancing.net. So that's the final thought of the day. I'm going to write a column on Sunday, and we'll post it early in the morning. And it's about Pope Francis issuing a statement about migration. And we all know that the Pope, as he should be, is very sympathetic to the poor and disenfranchised migrants all over the world. He should be that if he's the leader of the Catholic Church, which is founded on helping the poor and the downtrodden. That's what Jesus did. Okay. But the Pope's posture in writing puts him opposite the founding fathers of the United States. And I'm going to prove that to you. So it goes back to Killing the Witches, my book, Killing the Witches. This is so fascinating to me because I know I'm a pinhead and I'm caught up in all this history stuff. I know that. But Benjamin Franklin witnessed, as a teenager in Boston, the atrocities. He didn't see them himself, but he knew the chief witch hunter, Cotton Mather. And I write about this in Killing the Witches. Franklin was so appalled by the executions of those 20 people in Salem that he carried that into the Constitution discussions in Philadelphia, that we can't have a theocracy here. We have to have, a secular country, which we do. Anyway, the founding fathers put into place a system whereby Americans are free to pursue happiness. Okay, keep that phrase, pursuit of happiness. That clashes with what the Pope is saying. It's really fascinating. So I'm going to write the column. I want you all to read it and give me some feedback on it. And it's not like there's a right and a wrong, a villain and a hero. It's 2 different visions of pursuing happiness. It's fascinating. So I like the Pope. I've told you I like the Pope. I think he's naive. I don't think he takes into account the damage that anarchy, not only in the migrant area, but anarchy across the board, causes. People who are trying to lead productive lives. If it's anarchy, that's going to set you back. And that's part of what the founding fathers knew. You can't have anarchy. Can't have any law you want. Can't have, we have federal law on immigration, but we're not going to enforce it. New York, Illinois, California, Boston. Can't have it. Because people get hurt by that. Fascinating. I think I'm the only one in the country doing this, but I want to give you a heads up that it's coming on BillO'Reilly.com Sunday, this coming Sunday, and we will see you again on Monday for the No Spin News. I want to really thank everybody because we got millions of people watching us now all over the world on YouTube, on our distribution outlets everywhere, Radio stations take audio of the show. It's amazing what's happened. And we want to thank every one of you because we know how valuable your time is. And we'll see you again on Monday. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.